to our next race, which will be the men's B 3000.
Yeah, and we'll introduce these guys here as they sit on the line. We've got Lockie Eno of Frankston, Caleb Sin of Doncaster, Harry Sharp of Windaree, Sam Williams of Melbourne Uni, Douglas Buckridge of Box Hill, Samuel Toll of Glenhuntly, Jesse Dunsmore of Frankston, Archie Reid of, where are we here? It's St. Bernard's.
South Bendigo.
South Bendigo. Take it back. Thank you, James. Eric Uda of Melbourne Uni, Mitchell Thompson of Deakin, Dane Verway of Frankston, Luca D. Conza of
St. Kevin's.
St. Kevin's, thank you, Jimmy.
It was a bit of a refresh on the live start list that we get through to us.
And Tristan Day there of St. Kevin's as we pick back up. Alexander Ritchie, also of St. Kevin's. Luke Padnam of Alexander Ritchie of Box Hill, sorry. Luke Pagnam of Eureka. Matthew Tung of Wesley. Michael Kernahan of Mentone. Aidan Roberts of Essendon. Lachlan Hurd of
Casey Cardinia,
thank you. Alistair Christie of Doncaster, and Edward Baisha of Old Scotch to round out the field there.
Thanks once again to James Coleman, the club abbreviation expert for Athletics Exclusive.
I did help working in the membership department for a little while. At Athletics Victoria.
No, it was good.
And the athletics community thanks you for your service as well.
Thank you.
There's another one up there. Both fell off in the last 100.
You're still showing your face there every now and then, though, aren't you, James?
Yeah,
you
yeah.
have some involvement
I'm still
with
there
AD.
working with the Target Talent Program at the moment, who a lot of these athletes will see throughout the night are a part of, where we hold workshops for Victoria's best junior athletes to help transition them to those senior representations. And wow, look at
What
this.
a start.
Michael Kernahan, the Strava segment god, we may call him, has gone to the front.
Michael
The CR
Kernahan, he has one pace. That is his pace. We used to race him as a schoolboy, and he was a ferocious competitor. So if they don't keep up now, he ain't slowing down, Mickey Kernahan.
Mate, he knows his pace. If you know your pace, you know your pace.
That's right, so 32 seconds. So he's gone right on that 64 pace that those early guys would have liked to have seen. It looks like he slowed up a little bit. So I'll go back to what I was saying before. Those who use Strava, or those who don't, Michael Kernahan is absolutely deadly at chasing a lot of the segment records, which the GPS records from point to point through real-life locations throughout the world.
Hashtag Strava.
Yeah, that's right.
At Strava.
And he must have one of the largest collections in the world of segment records.
You're working for Strava as well, James.
No, I'm
How
not.
do you fit it all in, mate?
No, credit where credit's due.
Oh, Michael Kernahan, the CR king.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, it looks like the rest of the field is strung out pretty nicely behind him.
You've got a few accomplished athletes in here. Tristan Day, a Trinity boy runner for St. Kevin's, third at the 5K at Nationals. We have a few others in this field that can really shake it up.
Matty Tons from Western Athletics sitting in third place. But how much do you love this at Milers Club? Every now and then you see someone just take it to the field. They know their pace. They're here for a PB. They're not at a state championship. They're not necessarily here to race. They're here for a PB, so if no one else is going to help them out, they're just going to go for it. So kudos to Michael Kernahan up in front.
Yeah, that's right. So it looks like Sam Toll of Glenhuntly leading them through. Archie Reid, South Bendigo, sitting just in second. Matt Tonge, a Victorian representative at the Australian Half Marathon Championships.
Probably about an 8:35-ish pace. They go through the first 800 metres in.
So I think a lot of those athletes will be happy with that. So 8:32 is the fastest seed time of Aidan Roberts. A lot of our other athletes around that 8:35 to 8:40 mark.
So would be hoping to go through this first 1 kilometre in about 2:52-ish.
Right, just off
Kernahan
it.
does, and the other boys are just off. So pretty good.
And they've realised that Michael Kernahan is a metronome. He will tick this off all day, every day. It doesn't even matter the distance. So they're starting to pick him up now, but a great big bunch, and there's actually a few athletes stepping up here. Mitch Thompson, not a notable 3K runner, but he said he's going to give it a crack.
And it's a bit of a clash between some of the very experienced cross-country or road runners and a few of the younger track runners who have come off a bit of a school season as well.
Yeah, that's right. We've got Dane Verway, the marathoner, a 2:22 PB, I believe he boasts. So very good over the longer distances. But Kernahan is doing a fantastic job to be leading so much of this race. And I mean, the chasers, they're closing in on him, but only ever so slightly.
He seems pretty content being out on his own and doing his own thing, but you got to wonder whether you're a little bit better off having space and finding your rhythm than being caught up in the back there with a few of them. But they're starting to take turns now like the A race and really pick off the lead and get everybody through the line. Tristan Day tucked in nicely there. Yeah. Michael Kernahan, he's not slowing down.
So Matt Tonge, we saw move up just a little bit. He's sitting in the penultimate position of that chase pack.
Is that Sam Toll?
Yeah, Sam Toll of Glenhuntly leading the chase. And it looks like there's been a slight injection of pace as we can see the front of that pack stringing out just a little bit. Those at the back of the pack just about to get the surprise that the pace has picked up.
What do you think is going to happen with Kernahan? Is he going to hold his pace for a little bit at the front of the pack, or if he gets past, will he sort of settle in, have a bit of a breather, then come back late?
Well, I'm a big believer in the front runner. I think it's always courageous to do it, but if he gets swallowed up, he might be finding himself towards the middle of that pack. But he's held his own for a fair while, and maybe these boys are quickly realising they've got to get a move on here. So, look, I'm gonna throw my support behind Michael Kernahan here and say gun the tape. But these boys are coming, and they're coming hot.
Yeah, I think there's some boys running a pretty smart race. We see Baisha moving to the front now. They're looking pretty smooth. We see a little bit of a bit more movement in Kernahan's shoulders, maybe signalling that he's starting to feel the pace a little bit.
Dave from St. Kevin's up there as well.
So as
Toll,
you see,
Baisha.
yeah, the chase pack is caught right up to him. So Baisha leading the charge. We saw Reed up there, we saw Tonge, Sam Toll had a go at the lead. Dave St. Kevin's, he's the one with that nice lopey stride in third position.
So going through the 2K mark, 550, 551, that's probably more around your 850 mark.
Yeah, bang
or
on
840 mark,
845, so.
Yeah.
As we said, a lot of these athletes between that 835 to 840 mark. And look, Kernahan, Mitch Dye, you did say it.
Yeah, I didn't want to call it early, but he just puts his nose down.
He's played a little bit of cat and mouse with him, I reckon. He's let him caught up, and now he's put a bit of injection of pace.
Mate, Nicky Kernahan puts his nose to the grindstone and said, if you want to come party with me. And these boys are going to sit behind him. Another beautiful mullet there in second place for Tristan Day. He is looking so smooth and so comfortable in third place. And a notable Mitch Thompson moves up to fifth place.
The man with the mustache.
Yes, the handlebars.
Fifth position.
But this pack, they really haven't moved around too much, and they've all really strung off each other and worked through. But at the front of the pack, Michael Kernahan, he keeps on chugging.
Yeah, he keeps on chugging, but we're really seeing a lot of shoulder movement from him. I think he's definitely feeling the pace. Archie Reed in the red singlet sitting in fifth position. He's made a nice little move up.
Yeah, he's been running a good race, Archie Reed as well. So a bit under the radar, sitting in the pack, but he is looking to be in very good position.
Mitch Thompson says, I'll take the lead. Thanks very much, Michael. I'll take this one from you. And Ed Baisha, he looks good. I don't want to say it's the mullet, but you can't.
But there is a direct
correlation to say it's the mullet.
I do want to say it's the mullet. It is the mullet. The Mo and the mullet.
I don't want to say it's a mullet, but I think it's the mullet.
Now, I think another one to watch out for, Jesse Dunsmore in the Frankston singlet in the white and red. He's a steeplechaser. Boasts a PB of 920. He's moved up very well. So Thompson to Baisha.
7:35
Day
bell.
moving around. He's in fourth place, but yeah, Thompson is starting to pull out the moves at the moment, showing that 8:15 speed he has.
The junior 800-metre gun. That famous race, the APS race, head-to-head with Luke Matthews in the open age. He's using his speed, Mitch Thompson, and his combination of endurance he's put in over the cross-country season as he bridges the gap above Baicha and Dunsmore, who are still closing quickly, as is Tonge from Western Athletics in 4th position.
You want to see him hold on here, but Mitch Thompson is not making it easy for them. Baicha and Dunsmore, they're looking pretty good in 2nd and 3rd, but it's all Mitch Thompson here, and he looks extremely strong coming into the turn. The Mo power, and he went from a fair way out, I'd say. 600 metres is a fair way to go in this 3K, and he's going to take this. Baicha slipping back to 3rd, but it's all Mitch Thompson. And he's going to salute at an 8:36 there. Great running.
Nice work.
Good shout out to Matt Tonge, the half marathoner, to show that speed over that last 200, moving into 2nd place.
But how close were that first 10 to 12 runners? All within 8 to 10 seconds there. So
Yeah, that's right. Really exciting race. Really, really exciting.
Well, they all just worked off each other so well. And, you know, much to the 800 metres, the people who sort of sat back and gave the people a bit of space, they're the ones who were able to work through towards the end. A gutsy run from Michael Kernahan. Dame Verway comes in here.
We're right in their next percent, so